So you need ingredients.
I do.
I am going to give you light.
Light? Okay.
I'm going to give you deadlines.
Deadlands. Okay.
Lines.
Oh, deadlines? Oh, deadlines. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be redundant to say shadow? Like it's the interplay of light and shadow, possibly.
I don't think so.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so light, deadlines, and darkness. Or shadow.
Everyone's favorite Edgehog.
The hot topic version of Sonic.
Everybody's cameras are in the right places now.
Awesome. So light,
Lovely.
deadlines, and shadow. The deadlines makes me think like reporters racing to finish a big story. Shadows is, of course, the shadowy underbelly of whatever city they are in. And light seems like the drive to bring the truth to the people. So as far as who are the characters and what are they doing, what's set against them, I think is, or is that too generic? I don't know. I feel like I could do better if I had more time.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as the characters,
I think that strongly brings it out of the abstract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a good start.
Okay. I think as far as characters go, you guys are reporters or police or no, not police. Fuck the police. You guys are reporters, investigators who have uncovered some big, awful truth about the world that they are living in, and you have to race to not only not get killed by the people who want to keep that truth a secret, but also to meet your boss's unbelievably tough deadlines for the local newspaper or website. No, let's keep it in like, I really liked that grim noir 1920s, almost like feels like it should be played in black and white kind of feel.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So it's a investigative noir game.
Yeah.
So the players' jobs is to investigate and report on the truth. Who is the GM? I have been getting really into like GM-less games lately, and so I don't know if this one would.
This is an interesting question, and I was thinking about this in the time that I was thinking about how this game would work. I think you can answer that question in any way that you feel like that question can be answered.
Yeah. I feel like it's not. I feel like there is no GM. I feel like it's up to the players to I guess create conflict in and of itself.
Okay, cool.
So I guess instead of what should the GM play to find out, it's what should the players play to find out. And it's they should play to find out if they are first able to trust the people on their investigative team, if they are able to like survive the night, survive the encounter, and let's see, if they should play to find out like how the people react to this, or like how well the information comes across to the normal civilian.
Is there also a question of whether or not they get the story in on time, or?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What circumstances call for a die roll? Let's see. Oh, you guys didn't give me any dice to use. Okay, so I think as far as like die rolling, I don't know if
Well, is it dice? Could it be? Could it be cards or?
Yeah.
Coin flips.
Or yeah.
Oh, cards would be interesting.
Or Rochambeau.
Oh no, I like that. Okay.
We play tag.
Let's see. I'm gonna skip that one for now.
Perfect.
And skip that one as well. When something might happen, what particular conversations should you have about it? I think the game starts off like with the players discovering that truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so conversations leading from that should be like about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of journalism, of like having the players discuss like all of those questions, as well as how they're going to present it to the people, and how they're going to get like this physical information to their boss on time.
And is this open discussion, or is this structured like one person answers who, the next when, next how, that sort of thing?
Oh, that's something we could do.
That's what I was thinking of.
You would roll so you'd roll dice 6, and then that would be the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And every time someone rolls something, you just roll one less die and like take it out of the equation, or is that too complicated?
Or like it's a D6, but you go down to like a D5 or something like that?
Yes,
or...
yeah.
Oh, I have an idea.
Hmm.
If you keep rolling a D6, but for some reason in my mind, like once you've answered a question, if you roll the same number again, it's almost like that die result has been like burnt out or something like that, and then maybe something bad happens when you have to answer that again.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Like, there's like some new information that comes up here, so that your truth is different from this other person's truth.
Or a source was lying.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Rolls a 1d6. Okay.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Oops, false. Okay. Okay.
Let me see what you got.
It's just the dice roll. Rolls a 1d6.
I can't actually see that on my screen. You might need to click off of it real quick. Just like, yeah, now I can see it.
Sorry, give me a second. My microphone just disconnected.
It sounds fine here, but it might.
Oh, I've got I think it's picking up from my computer laptop. Which I guess is okay if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, you sound like slightly tinnier, but not by much. Like you still sound very understandable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will also pull my laptop forward a little bit. Cool. So, what next? What circumstances call for a particular conversation but not a dice roll? I think it's actually I had a thought. We'll save that one for a second.
Okay.
How are we on time, by the way?
Yeah.
I think we have 4 more minutes of design,
Okay.
and then we can playtest.
Okay. Um, the one thing I did not think about in terms of like the deadlines is what causes that conflict for how quickly you can get that information to your boss. It could either be something like the players have to hash out what information they believe to be true, or even a deeper investigation, but that would call for a DM. Or even the DM could be, or a GM could be the actual boss.
Yeah.
We could do the friends at the table thing and have another clock be filled.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time that they roll the same number, or every time that they have to pause and figure out what is true or not.
Yeah,
That's
like,
cool.
Maybe there's like a set number of dice rolls that you can make, and that at some point you're gonna have to settle for like, okay, this is everything we can get on this before the time runs out.
Yeah.
So I think that just depends on how many players you have. I think I like the idea of not being able to figure out quite everything about the story, because of that deadline. So maybe for how many players you have, you can have, I guess so we've got 4 players.
Yeah.
So I think that means we'd only get maybe 5 total dice rolls, or something like that.
Yeah.
And we have to piece together what we have from that. Cool.
Okay, cool.
As far as particular conversations, I don't know if there calls for any like structured rules for that. Unless it is trying to figure out, if both of you roll the same number, then you have to figure out what piece of information makes more sense.
I'm curious, when we play this game, how much should we say about like what environments we see on screen?
I think it comes with the dice rolling. Like, you'd have to describe how you came across that piece of information.
Yeah.
And from there you can play into each other.
Yeah, I'm very much envisioning the sort of like CSI, like Law and Order, like grayscale, like quick shot at the end of the scene.
Yeah,
like we just see that as like framing.
Okay,
like we just see like one shot from the scene. We don't see like people talking about, like going around and like talking to people and like moving about, but we just get like this one shot from the scene, and then we talk about what we found out.
Okay. How the last one I think is, what particular conversation should you have? Oh, that's we already discussed that. Have we missed anything? Have I not covered something?
I think we are good, and we are also out of time.
Okay.
Okay. So now we can playtest this, and also in playtesting, if something goes like wrong, or we misinterpret a rule, or do something like you don't expect, just because you didn't like write down a rule in the right way, please correct us just verbally.
Yeah.
Because like
that's binding the point of playtesting.
Yeah, binding ourselves to a train that's going off of a cliff is not a good idea. We should avoid that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can fix things as we go along. That's also totally fine. All right, where do we start?
Okay. I think we start in a small office. There are tons of people running around, papers flying everywhere, printers from the 1920s.
Paper shredders.
Paper shredders. Phones running off the hook. I think someone runs in holding like a manila envelope, and is like, you guys have to check out this cool shit I just found, and tosses it on the table. And I think with that, we roll our first die.
Yeah, I think the envelope just says the truth on it.
Yeah. All right.
Perfect.
I will roll a 1d6 to be. 1d6. So that is a 3. So win. I think when it happened maybe about 2 months ago, and has been kind of filed away, hoping to become invisible. But the particular truth happened 2 months ago.
Cool.
Looks like a cover-up already.
Are we each playing one investigative reporter, or?
Ooh, I think we are each playing an individual person.
Okay. And when there are other people who need to speak, then we just pop in and say what they say? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm stuck on the name Anna.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm Anna Parker, and
Ooh.
I'm curious, what am I doing?
Well,
I can bring a name to the table, but I can't bring up.
it is the 1920s and sexism is rampant.
True. Yeah.
So, I don't know, getting coffee? No. You have probably
Oh, I like that
done...
though, but I've snuck coffee for myself.
Yes. Or maybe even you were doing like filing and you managed to like recall something from 2 months ago that was a little iffy.
Okay, cool.
And so you were able to be like, oh, I did see something about that. It was blank. And then a dice roll.
Okay, cool. Let me see what I got.
Oh, that could be something for structured conversation. As each player comes in, they have to relate how they found this information and how they can
cool.
like tie it into the scene.
Like transition between roles is just...
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so cool. Write that down and then click off of that box, and then we can do that. That's fine. So I rolled how.
Okay. So I guess that should be either how did they hide the truth or how did they
or how did the crime happen?
How did the crime happen?
This is interesting because we don't know what the crime is yet.
Yeah. I could do that in like an adverbial sense. Like I could say that they did it and they kept it quiet because there were police being bribed.
Ooh.
Yeah, the police were there and they saw everything, and this was just well known. So yeah, I think my how is the police have seen everything. They are very well aware of this crime, and they have been bribed to keep quiet.
And I think it is like as soon as you bring that to light, Frank Gatsby is all. Thanks, doll. I'm glad I thought of that.
and you get a look. My face is like just sheared in the dark of like the Venetian blinds, and yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
yeah, showing that contrast of light and dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And this is so good. You can see like barely any of my face, but you can see the coffee cup in the light. and I set the coffee cup that I've been drinking from down to you. Like it's supposed to be yours.
Yeah, and I think I like drink it without even realizing that it's
Perfect.
already been
Drink spit.
Yeah.
Get me more. This isn't enough, Anna. Get me more.
Perfect.
And now that we know that the cops were bribed 2 months ago, I'm sure that we can deduct an roll.
Mm-hmm. Would you go give them a shakedown? Interview some corrupt cops?
Yeah.
So 4.
Is
Where?
where?
Mhm.
I'm sure that we can look in the records to determine the scene of the crime. Excellent. Let's.
Suddenly cat.
Yes, always. So I think that there's like there's some more bribing of the cops to look through, to be able to look through the records and discover that in the alley behind the Ace of Spades billiard room is where the crime occurred.
So do you think we have a scene of like all 4 of us going down to the police station and maybe like a couple of us distracting the cops while the others go through some of the files from 2 months ago and seeing for like any discrepancies or something?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Anna Parker is distracting the cops by talking about a domestic dispute that actually happened in her apartment building. So she's trying to relay information.
Yeah.
I like it.
While Frank sneaks in through the shadows, opens the filing cabinets, and into a thin shaft of light, pulls up the the key file.
It even says the key file on the front.
All right.
Yeah, I think our next scene is probably like in the alleyway, like behind the Ace of Spades. And we see like the investigative team on site. Like we see Frank and we see Anna and like a bunch of other people. And like up until now, this entire thing has been in black and white. But now we see like a splash of color as a golden retriever called Bucky is running on site. Sort of the unofficial mascot for the team.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And what does Bucky find out?
Oh, that's good.
3.
This is a 3.
Oh, this is a number that's already been rolled before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is another when.
Mm-hmm.
So what does... I think we just see... We see like Bucky is walking up to where the room is, and he's just...
This is so perfect because since
sniffing the ground.
Since this number has already been rolled, this information is corrupted or false, and this is the first time that a dog has been introduced as helping us investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Bucky is like sniffing the ground, and we can like pinpoint from like photographs that like this is where the body was found. And I think he this is like seemed like digging in behind the trash can or something, and he pulls out a bloody newspaper, like a bloody scrap of paper. And I think it's dried, but it's dated to like 6 months ago.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
I think he just like runs back to them with this thing in his mouth. He's looking very excited.
What is it, Bucky? What'd you find?
Get that dog out of the way.
no,
no,
look,
this is a
and
sweet thing.
we take the newspaper and like hold it up to the light and be like, look at this. This newspaper was from 6 months ago. Okay. And then I think from that we've got one more dice roll. Here's hoping we get a what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be that since we don't get a what, or since we haven't got a what, we could always just have the game start with what,
Yeah, or
and move on from there.
Yeah, or maybe have the first person pick one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And that last. Oh, what do you know? Who? Who? I think. Oh goodness. Okay, so what if? Because the 20s didn't really have a great like blood analysis system as far as I know. But
Yeah.
what if it comes to light that DNA is from like a pretty high up politician, like maybe even the mayor if it goes that deep, who was like, I don't know, who like got stabbed in the alleyway or got murdered in the alleyway or even like went missing a couple months ago. And we are able to, I guess, piece together from there that this politician definitely got attacked or run out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have been a case where like someone disappeared 6 months ago, and then their body showed up 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, they
That's cool.
been dropped somewhere.
That's
All right.
perfect.
I feel like there should be another move to see whether or not we can get this back to the presses in time. And it might even just be flipping a coin, heads or tails, of yes, we did it, or no, we don't.
Okay, cool.
All
Well,
right.
you could also be like, you could have a structured conversation about whether we think we've done this in time or not.
Okay.
Or like, do we think we have enough to publish?
Yeah.
This could also be determined by like how many repeated rolls we've had.
Oh,
Yeah, like-
no, that's interesting.
I think that's like a good system for like red herrings as well, because because the fact that the blood is from 6 months ago, like the newspaper is from 6 months ago with the blood on it, being a misleading thing, I feel like a lot of our investigation time would be wrapped up in.
Yeah.
So like a die roll to succeed that is equal to or lower than the number of questions that have been
Repeated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Unique questions answered. Like.
Okay. So because we rolled 5 and got one that was the same, they would have to beat a 4.
Have to roll 4 or lower.
Yes, a 4 or lower. Yeah. Okay. While I'm typing this, does someone want to do that?
I can do that, and then that'll be the last thing that we do, because we are exactly.
All right.
Woo!
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. So we were able to get it in time. Nice.
And I think we see one of those like spinning newspapers with the headline. The mysterious murder of Mayor.
Marigold.
Yes, the mysterious murder of Mayor Marigold, and goes into more information.
Gotta have the alliteration.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
That's a really good game. I like. I like this a lot. Shall we flip over to the break screen? And
yeah.
and take a short break and come back?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
cool.
Mhm.
Let's be right back.